A story now of medical hope, because last year camera crews were granted rare access to an incredible team of cancer surgeons at the Royal Marsden Hospital in London.
They followed 8 patients preparing for and undergoing life-changing and innovative surgery, including ex-Navy pilot Rich Sutton, who had a massive tumour growing from his jaw to his heart. It is an incredible watch. Really, really inspiring and life-affirming. I'm delighted to say that we're joined now by Rich Sutton, who we saw there, and his consultant, Professor Vin Paleri. Morning, both.
Morning.
How are you, Rich?
I'm alive, number one, most importantly. But I'm recovering all right. It's been 9 months since the operation, and it's been a bit of a journey. It's been hard. The worst of the effects of the operation and the stroke I had are pretty much behind me, I think.
It's great to have you here. It's great to have you looking so well.
Thank you.
I know that you were initially told by medical teams that there couldn't be an operation, that surgery wasn't an option. Yes,
I've been told 3 times previously that I'd run out of options. I've had this for 12 and a half years. Numerous tumours, mostly in the upper left side of my neck and body. And I've been told surgically there was nothing that can be done on one of them. I had radiotherapy. I had a metastasis of one of my operations to my lung and my spine, and that tumour on my spine needed radiotherapy because it was too close to the spinal cord. So they said they couldn't do that because I'd already had radiotherapy up here for the initial tumour, and you can only have so much radiotherapy in your lifetime. But I argued the toss and said, no, you need to just get your biggest medical baseball bat out and keep hitting me overhead with it until I tell you that I can't take any more. So please keep going. And bless him, he went away and magically conjured up some new measurements and treated the one on my spine. So that kept me going there for a bit longer. I was then told that there was no chemotherapy that was suitable for this fairly rare type of cancer that I've got. There was some immunotherapy, but I had to earn my ticket to the trial immunotherapy by doing chemotherapy first, even though everyone knew that it wasn't really going to do anything. So I endured chemotherapy for 5 or 6 months. That was pretty grim. And then I gave up because, not gave up, but I finally began to realise when this tumour was growing, it was by now the size of a cantaloupe melon. I had run out of options because I'd been told that was no longer one to operate on. So I really went and sought out Vin and the team at Marsden with the ambition of just being told that there was finally 1%, the 1% chance I was hanging on to was not there. And I could look my kids in the eye and say, I have tried everything. I literally have turned over every stone, even the top stone. And he says no, then I have to finally give up after 12 years and accept it.
But you said yes.
I didn't say yes immediately.
Really?
Oh, go on.
We went through a whole host of investigations. We assessed Rich wholly. We performed scans. We performed more scans, performed angiograms. And then all I promised Rich was, I'll look into it thoroughly. Mm-hmm. I will do the best I can, because you seem quite fit and well. You're a man who's been through a lot of surgeries, but my aim was to try.
As you say, the percentages, the decisions that you have to make, not just in this case, but in lots of the cases that you work on, are almost unthinkable for people like us. How do you manage that pressure?
We plan. We try and think about the various options, the points of failure, during a complex operation like this. We've done similar operations, but not a tumour as big as Rich's. Rich's tumour is perhaps the biggest I've ever done. So we try and plan for failure. We try and plug the points of failure systematically and then work with the entire team. So the team that makes it happen is not just one person. I'm just here as a front man for the team. The team is amazing, and because we perform complex surgery regularly, day in, day out, we're able to push that boundary even a bit more further in Rich's case.
There'll be so many people, families watching this morning who have a loved one or themselves are going through cancer, who've been told something by a medical team, and listen to a story like this and say, well, maybe there is another option. Maybe I can go somewhere else and get treatment. What do you say to them, Professor, about how often can you get that second option and open a new door?
Medicine is progressing all the time, and we need to try and push those boundaries. And the way we made this program was to empower people to ask questions of their providers, to ensure that further doors can be opened so that we can push and figure out if additional options are available. And that's the whole idea. We deal with complex procedures every day, so we're able to try and push those red lines and see if we can perform an operation that we haven't done before.
Words to connect with in my brain to my mouth. In the first week, I made quite quick progress back, and then it slowly improved. And I went for 3 weeks in the hospital in London, and then another 2 weeks in Cardiff Hospital, when I was moved back there, which is my hometown, and I continued in the stroke rehab centre there too.
But was it great?
No, it was absolutely awesome. Yeah. It was always been one of my passions, and I used to be a blood biker, a volunteer blood biker, and ride my motorbike in all weather. So I loved it. So that's a good morale boosting element of life now. And going forward, I hope to, I haven't worked for a while because clearly I've had lots of other things going on, but I hope to get back to enjoying the things that you take for granted, like the ability to plan your life. And sometimes you have a plan, you want to, I don't know, move house in 5 years' time. But what do you want to do between then and now? And it comes right down to, you can't plan what you're going to do in the next hour sometimes when you're feeling rough and you can't see the future. And that's quite a big mental issue to get your head around.
You can plan. That's great. Lovely to have you with us. Thank you so much both for joining us. And you can see more on this story. The first and second series of Super Surgeons, A Chance at Life, are available to watch now on channel4.com.